Hello, Gemini. So this is going to be a little different. So I'm starting a schedule. So this is going to be a weekly reading, and every Wednesday I will post your new reading for the week. So this will be for the week of January 12th through January 19th. So from Wednesday to Wednesday. Every Wednesday you'll have a new reading from me. And if you're checking other signs, so each element will be a different day of the week. So I'm doing all the fire signs on Monday, all the water signs on Tuesday, all the air signs on Wednesday, and all the earth signs on Thursday. So if you're checking other signs, those are the days that those will be uploaded. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. I'm going to kind of stick to how I've been doing things, where I lay down the first layer of your cards and fast forward, and then we will clarify in real time. So just remember to keep in mind that the more cards that come out, kind of the more we dive into this, the more the reading can become much more clearer, or can totally turn on a dime. So just be patient. If you're definitely not resonating, please check back again next week. So, all right, I'm very excited. This is just really growing, and it's something that I'm able to not only do full time, but to really just give you guys new readings every week. So, and then I have my new Christmas presents. My daughter bought me this for Christmas, and my son bought me this lantern. So I'm really excited for this new year, and I hope you are too. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, you guys. Okay, so you've actually helped me locate my aura crystal. I was looking for this when I was making the wands, because I specifically bought this to do one in this for this crystal. I couldn't find it anywhere. I had it in my rooms. So I do want to address this as well. I'll be looking up that crystal. We have your rune here. Let's go ahead. Let's look that up first. So for your rune, this is the rune for change. I have the relationship runes here. So when it comes to relationships, this could talk about a change. For healing, it talks about humor. And for the traditional runes, it talks about flow. So it seems very positive to have maybe a positive change, because we have humor and things kind of going with the flow. And that's kind of what I was picking up over here with this King of Wands. It's like he's drumming to the beat of his own drum, sort of thing, marching to the beat of his own drum. There is some healing from sadness with the Four of Swords coming out along with the Three of Swords, having that time to recoup. But let's go ahead and start at the beginning, where there is a decision, kind of like, torn between two things, so to speak. The Sun card is the very first card here, kind of representing the past. The first card out is the heart of your reading. And that is the Two of Swords. So there might be a decision that is coming up that is Going to be something that you need to address this week. Definitely starting something new here with the Fool card. And I feel like it could go either way for you guys when it comes to if you're going to approach this from your ego or approach this with grace. And I think that is kind of the key when it comes to how the outcome will be, because we do have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, in the healthiest sense, would be to bring compromise. So coming out with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, because she is the most practical queen, she is kind of out for the best interest of everyone involved. So I feel like that's kind of where you're going to end your week, is by a compromise. When it comes to this decision, you might be dealing with somebody that's a little more immature, and you're going to kind of take the high road. You're definitely seeing things clear, but not really so wanting to make the decision. However, this new thing that is, it's starting, and it's kind of, the Eight of Wands was under the deck with this, so that means it's starting and really moving fast. You are perceiving the world around you with a big passion. So the queens are how we perceive the world, and the kings are how we navigate in the 3D. So you are presenting as the Queen of Wands. She is the Queen of Passion. She's confident, and being the wand, that is the fire energy. So that is all about passion, creativity, all of that. So you're really perceiving the world around you of what brings you passion this week. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, it's kind of mastering a skill. It represents hard work. But as you can see, it's almost like she's doing what she loves. She's being creative, and she's being passionate. And then we had the High Priestess under the deck here. So when it comes to mastering your skill, or what you're working really hard on, I feel like you're really trusting your intuition. Probably trusting your intuition when it comes to, making this decision and this big start of how things are going. Definitely marching to the beat of your own drum. And I think because you are approaching things that bring you passion, and it spark that inspiration and things like that, that's not, it's helping you, because you're presenting, we have the King and Queen of Wands. So not only are you perceiving the world around you, you're perceiving it, and with your intuition and everything that you're doing, it's all honed in that fire energy. But you're not only doing that, but you're navigating it in the 3D that way as well. The King of Wands is the entrepreneur. He's very creative as well, but he's the one that's going to take action and be a leader. So I feel like you're going at things in the most healthiest way. I mean, the very first card here that's representing kind of how as we're entering the week is the Sun. So the Sun can affect the entire reading. It's going to make it more positive. It's going to bring more clarity. We go down here to the Devil and the Ace of Wands. So here we have the Wands again. So I feel like you're moving away from things that don't make you feel well. If there's something that kind of makes you feel, that doesn't bring me passion, you're kind of shedding that and moving away from things that don't bring you passion. With the Devil card, that's where we're kind of releasing the chains, shedding anything that's toxic or negative vibration for us. We're kind of getting rid of that, and then coming out with the Ace of Wands. This is very much showing that you are only willing to entertain or choose what is bringing you passion. And that might be, maybe you were stuck in or chained to something that was, a long-term thing that really didn't bring you happiness, that wasn't your dream, and you've recently turned turned away from that, or had this, you know, this clarity of, you know, life is short and I'm going to go for what I love, what brings me happiness. So then we end here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So I feel like this is that compromise that will be coming in towards the end of the week. And then the Page of Pentacles representing, you know, this could represent something that you're kind of a novice at, like maybe you're learning something new with this new beginning. However, pages are kind of like, you know, like I said, the novice, so that could represent, you know, having to compromise. You know, maybe someone was being a little immature, but you're able to kind of talk them down and compromise with them to bring peace for the week. So let's go ahead. We had flow and change when it came to a relationship. So there will be some sort of change, maybe a decision that's being made and a compromise. So that could be talking about a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any kind of relationship. And then we have flow and then humor. So maybe, you know, I feel like you're going to be in, things aren't really going to get to you. You know, you're healing the way you need to be healing. You're really just kind of, things are going to flow very good this week. And I feel like you're going to be in a positive, you know, eye on the prize. I'm going for my passion this week. I don't really know if I feel like I need to clarify anything. I'm feeling like I don't know, you guys. I'm getting in the new flow of this weekly readings, right? So let's pull one of these. Any other messages or advice for Gemini? I mean, I guess we could clarify strength. So that's kind of what I'm being told now. So let's go ahead and clarify strength, since that did want to come out sideways as well. I did just split the deck at the Six of Cups, so that can represent, you know, that's that child, inner child card, you know, our open heart chakra, things of that nature. So yeah, so I guess it's a matter of how healed we are or how jaded we are, in a sense of, with the Strength card, you know, with the Six of Cups, that you can tell a child, I love you. And the child is going to be like, okay, you know, or I love you too. You know, they don't question it. They're not, you know, you tell an adult that, it's kind of, you know, they might be questioning, do you really mean what you say? That sort of thing. So, you know, when we are, depending on what stage of life we are in, we could, you know, have we tamed the beast? Are we in our ego? Are we in our higher self? That sort of thing when it comes to the Strength card. Oh my goodness. All right, so that one came out and went on the floor. So we have the Eight of Cups there. So that that's talking about this person. As you can see, they have a wand in their hand. They're leaving these cups that have ran their course. You know, this is no longer serving them. There is no more emotional fulfillment going on here, and they're going to what brings them happiness. So I feel like that's kind of the general of a lot of the whole reading, is kind of the big picture of what's going on here. So you might be right in your strength, and that's might be why it's sideways, because that is literally what you're doing. It could be this week or this whole year. We do have the Queen of Wands under the deck, and she's right here in the center. So you're really perceiving the world, going for your passion. You're wanting happiness this year, you know. I don't know if any of you looked up or worked out how to find out what your card of the year is. Maybe I'll do a video on that, instructing you how to figure out what card of the year you would be. Because you know, you're in the Strength card for the year, so that means you'll be going through that throughout the whole year. Um, all right, let's go ahead. Mystery, the eighth house. um, and then we have solar calm, clarify under the deck there. So mystery. Um, when I think of a Gemini, that's what I think of. You guys are, you take a long time to get to know. Like like years, 5 to 7 years it takes, I feel like, to get to know a Gemini, because you have, um, you know, the two sides, they say, but it's like you guys really are fascinating because there's so much mystery when it comes to a Gemini. But possibly the 46 does break down to a 10. The 10s are kind of like completing a cycle. So, and then when we have the Fool card, we don't necessarily know what's going to happen. It's almost like this inner knowing of, I know that I have to do this for some reason, and I know I'm going to be okay, but you're just not really sure. Like, you can't see that many steps ahead exactly how it's going to turn out. So things might seem a little bit, see, because the hat too, you know, like this, it's almost like everything was clear, and now we are not exactly sure, but see, I don't know, because I feel like this, you know, with the Two of Swords, this is more so of needing to make a decision that you don't want to make, so your eyes are covered because you're not wanting to see what you have to do. So, and then under the deck was clarify. So maybe you need more clarity on something. Something's kind of still mysterious when it comes to the decision, and you need to kind of get more clarity on the situation, and maybe that's how you come to the compromise, is when, you know, once you're asking for more, you know, you're trying to get clarity on the situation. Maybe you need to ask somebody some questions or whatever, and then maybe you realize you guys really weren't that far off, and that you can kind of work out a compromise. So maybe some advice for this week is to maybe there's something that you're not quite seeing that you need to get clarity on. All right, let's get one more here. Your hard work is paying off. So this is presenting as a new moon in Capricorn. So we have the Eight of Pentacles here. This is all about mastering your skill and working very hard and being due diligent, just really, you know, grinding to that, what is the word, you know, that just really focused. And the card that comes before this is the Seven of Pentacles, and that is a card of waiting and needing patience, and oh my goodness, you know, like, so being out of that energy and into this, where it's like, it's moving now, and I'm mastering this, and I'm working hard, and it's showing that it's paying off. So That's definitely an energy I would rather be in than the one that comes before this, where it drags on and it almost feels like, oh my gosh, do I need to come up with a different plan? This is not working out. It's taking forever. So being in this, it's like, you feel like you're getting somewhere. So I would say this week, when it comes to a decision, there might be a compromise that you can come to. So try and get all the information before you make your decision. Definitely keep walking toward your passion. I mean, that we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and I always like to point out with the Eight of Wands, or the Eight of Cups, he is holding a wand. You know, it's almost like his cane, or what's helping him get away. This is no longer emotionally fulfilling, and I feel like that's kind of a theme for this whole reading of, I'm going for my passion. That's just so clear with whatever is going on here. So your hard work is paying off, or I wanted to say Capricorn here. For Gemini, your hard work is paying off. So I feel like you are also being the bigger person this week when it comes to the Five of Swords. Yeah, so just towards the end of the week, I guess I would just look out for that feeling of, if you're arguing with someone who's being immature, and you could take the road of, I could totally demolish them right now with, throwing this in their face and blah, blah, blah. Or you take the high road. I feel like that's what's going to happen. And even so here, it's like this pure white rose. Like, I feel like you're definitely taking the high road. This person, you could totally, and in the Five of Swords too, it does represent kind of, there are no winners. It's like this conflict or an argument or something like that, where there really are no winners. This could also represent just some mental conflict in your own thoughts, in your mind, and not really representing an argument with somebody else. But here you're being very logical, when you're perceiving how you're perceiving things. So that's why I'm thinking you're taking the higher road, and then it could involve another person when it comes to that Five of Swords energy. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Okay, Gemini, I needed to come back on because as I was clearing the space, I remember I did not look up the Aura Quartz. So I grabbed my crystal grid deck and found Rose Aura Quartz, which I feel like is the more pinker one. This is purple, but we'll go ahead and read this. Heart's Desire, Love, Divine. So Heart's Desire, Love, and Divine. The energy of love vibrates on a soul level, penetrating the body through its many layers of tissue all the way down to the cells. Aura Quartz is a crystal of love with the ability to shift one's sense of self, provide nourishment for your growth, and transform fear and doubts into unconditional love. That right there is like that strength card that we had sideways right here. That's kind of what you're doing in that card. You are taming your beast. You are loving yourself. You are coming from your higher self instead of your ego, that sort of thing. So I wanted to come back on, and I told you we'd look this up, and it's talking about that's that unconditional love, that strength card, creating a strong bond with the universe. It creates a synergy between the pineal gland located in the brain and associated with your third eye. So then now we're even bringing in your intuition. It says, and the heart chakra. So then we were talking about the Six of Cups. Having that open heart chakra when we're doing the healing, about when you tell a child that you love them. So it really resonated with the reading, and I needed to come back on so that I could share. It talks about the third eye and the heart chakra, infusing your intuition with space to give and receive more love. So there is that. And as I was putting away, here's the hard work from the Moonology cards. And the other deck that I had, I flipped over to give you the card that was on the back, and this one I did not. So as I was putting it away, I was like, well, that was relevant too. It says, look at the bigger picture. And this is coming in as full moon in Sagittarius. And that's kind of what I was getting, where with the mystery card and things like that, like you weren't really seeing the full picture yet and needing to get more details or getting clarity on something. So, I feel like, this is a weekly reading, so we're not getting that deep into things, but I feel like you very much could be in the year of the Strength card for whoever is resonating with this reading. You can Google how to find out what your tarot card of the year is, if you'd like to do that. And I might, like I said, I might throw a video out there showing how to do that. It's just a little bit of math that you do with your birthday, and then all the major arcanas have a number associated with them. So in some decks, the Strength card is the number 8, and in some decks, the Strength card is number 11. Some of the decks interchange the Justice card for the Strength card, which is interesting because I am actually, this year, my card is Justice. So possibly in some decks, I would be the Strength card. So there you go. All right. So yeah, I'm glad I came back on to share that with you guys. So I will go ahead and get this edited and loaded up for you, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.